Hello everyone, it's Sharing Creations by Carrie. It's Carrie, hope you're all doing well. I am doing a review. I'll make sure my camera's got a good angle because I got it kind of in an odd position. But I am going to review how this works. I did a little test run and made a card. I played with a couple of cards last night. So I used this, made this on the platform, and this is the Hello Hobby platform. And so this is done by putting the paper down and putting the stamp on and rotating the stamp to the 4 directions that it'll go. So I turned it there, then I turned it here, and I turned it here. And that's what got me the 4 in that sequence. And then I stamped one, cut it out, excuse me, and put foam tape behind it. So that's a cute little card that I made using this platform. Trying to see, it looks like I didn't stamp so well right there. And that was because these magnets seem to block getting a clean press. So I'm going to try to show you the difference between magnets in, magnets out. In this one I did using a embossing folder, only did part of it. Put a piece of washi tape. What the heck was that? And then one of those ephemeras. Dang cat. My pump stink, up to no good. And one of the ephemeras from the haul when I got this, it's one of the ephemera pieces. And so I put foam tape behind that and just took a simple sediment, put a foam behind that, then added a couple of dewdrops and some of the diamond pieces. And I think it came out cute. And so we are going to show you what it is like to use this platform. And this seems to be a good surface that you don't need it sticky, but the paper didn't move on me. At least not that I'm aware of. Okay, so we got these insanely strong magnets. And I'm going to line up my stamp. Okay, I think it's going to be good there. Line up the holes, press it, and it lifts it. With a larger stamp, you want to make sure that there's no bubbles, because that'll keep you from getting a good solid stamp also. Okay, let me get my archive ink. I use this for everything when I'm not using colored inks. So we're going to stamp it. And make sure that all of it is evenly stamped, because that'll also play a factor on how clean your stamp impression is too. Okay, flip it over, line up your holes, place it down, press, and you could probably use this little platform thing. That'll help, I'm sure, because it helps with the other platform that I have. And let's see, you can raise it straight up, see? now it didn't get all the impressions. So bye-bye to the magnets, and then place it back the same direction. And I bet this is a better connection. And because you have these, the paper is pressed up against it. And with the foam, the paper doesn't shift. Oh, must be a, oh, I can see a bubble right there in my stamp. I'll put more pressure on it and see if that looks like it's missing some spots. I didn't have this much trouble before. I'm wondering if I just use my hand because of the silicone corners. And there's a tiny bit of ink still left, so I'm going to see if hitting it again make sure that I don't miss any spots. And I think some of the paper just absorbed the ink also. Hoping my ink is not drying out. It doesn't seem to be. Oh, mashing that corner of it though. I don't know how long those last, so I have to go back to that stamping place to get more ink. Let's see. Well, it's still missing that one spot. There's got to be a bubble there. Okay, I can see that it's darker right here. There we go. Okay, so I'm noticing that there's a little spot that is not getting picked up. And I don't know if that's human error where I didn't get it good enough. Or if that's how the stamp is, because I'm not looking at the stamp really well. And it seems to, oh God, that is so dark. So I need to make the other half kind of match up a bit, huh? I'm gonna take it my ink is not running out of juice. So a factor in how dark it is how many times you add ink to it. So that's way darker. But what I want to show also is that the sentiment, I'll take this off and I'll place the sentiment right there. That looks straight? I don't know. I don't want to put my melon head in the way either. Okay, I think I like the little handles on the edge here. Okay. And I think I need to add a completely different color. Let's go. Let's go with a bunch of noise, huh? Dropping stuff. Alright, so I've got my little ink pads. Give it a pop of color. I think I might have inked it too much. But we shall find out. Stick them in the holes. Place that down. I'm not pressing really hard this time, so let's see. Look at that. It came out really good. So I think with any platform, if you have a larger stamp, sorry, keep hitting my mic. Larger stamps, where there's more definition, more detail, it's definitely harder to stamp, especially where being larger, you can end up with air pockets underneath. But I think that turned out pretty good. And I can hit it with some colored pencils. All right, let's do a little bit more playing, because I want to show you what an image can do or look like when you rotate it, and it cleans up really easy. There's nothing on this paper towel. It's just plain dry paper towel. Okay, so let's see. Do I have another stamp right here? That's not so big. We have a small butterfly. I don't know if my paper is big enough to do the rotation. Let's see what happens, because we're playing. Okay, let's hit it with some ink. Super messy loading it. Need to give myself some more space. Piling everything up. Okay. Slap that on. Pretty butterfly. Okay, let's do a quick wipe. Now, I had it like this, so what happens if I go this way? Okay, so we'll do another color. Stick some pink on this one. And we're going to go turn right. Got pink. This is probably one of the worst things to use to figure it out. Now, did I have it? Oops. This way. Yeah, I just realized what I did wrong. Supposed to be finding out if you can go rotating with it. So that would overlap on that one. So we go this way. Pretty orange. So this would be upside down. So butterfly is probably not the best one to show you. Probably should have pulled out the rose to show you like I did before, or another flower. So I'm just gonna go with this. because you can do a background using this platform. And it seems to be really simple to do. So I'm going to say definitely don't bother using the magnets, because the magnets seem to be hindering a lot of good coverage. And I don't think you really need it. As long as you get your foam, I don't think you really need the magnets. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause and look for another stamp that's more conducive to this. Okay, so I found another stamp that is this one. And I can make it go in kind of a circle, but I'm not seeming to find any stamps that I have there in the vine, like a curved vine. I'm just not finding it. I have a ton of stamps, and I think my new organization is not working because I'm having a hard time finding things. So I'm going to need to find a color that works better to where you can see it clearly. So let's go with, oh my gosh, what a dummy. This is what happens when your mind is racing and you're trying to do it on the seat of your pants. Because I just stamped the wrong side of the stamp. Duh. So I think one thing that you could do if your paper starts moving on you is with this foam back is double-sided tape. Is put a little tiny piece, which I've done with my other platform, but it seems to be that the magnet just gets in the way. The magnets need to be thinner for you to get a good impression. Okay, so here's the first one. Okay, so let's hit it again. And we're going to turn it this way. Oops. Not going to stay on my paper, and I don't want it on the phone. I did a little test run before I hit record. And this is not even going to look right. But you're getting the gist of how you can kind of sort of rotate like the expensive ones. But I'm finding that no magnets. And now it's crooked. It's not. Oop. Don't want it off. And it's still off. Not going as planned. Let's see. We'll stick some ink on it so we can get a defined circle of flowers. If you put it on right, I mean, this is not horrible. But it's interesting. Not what my intention was to show you. So, I gotta clean this stamp off. I'm gonna have a pile of stuff I gotta put away because I'm just throwing it over there. Alright. I think I wanted to try it with a different stamp. And of course, do I have any more cut paper? Oh, I think I do. Yep. So, I definitely don't have one for the thing that I was going to make with you. Alright, so I got a stash of stuff everywhere. Now let's try this. And not even mess with. I thought I had some brown ink. Do I have brown, red, light green, dark purple, dark pink, green? There we go. We got some brown. I'm gonna do some brown in the center. Can't even see. Hope it's not too messy. We're gonna find out together. So I can feel it go flat down. So sorry about the shaking. And because I don't think the yellow is dark enough, I'm gonna go back over with my yellow ink. See if that helps my cause. That is not. Do I have a bubble under here? Yes. Now it looks like there is actual ink on this stamp. And hopefully it covers better. I like it for one reason. One of the reasons is it's not on a hinge. So that gives me a little bit more freedom. I'm wondering if my paper did move, because it looks like there's some doubling up. So it's really hard to tell. But looks like my paper did move. But I don't think it's the worst thing, because it actually gives the sunflower a little bit more dimension. But I would definitely suggest, if you have one of those sticky mats, Or if you don't have a sticky mat, then you could use double-sided tape. See, yep, I picked it up that time. So if I had a sticky mat and if I use double-sided tape, I don't like the way the magnets hinder. And that was one of my problems with the other platform that I have that I got from Temu, is that the magnets seem to hinder you being able to get a clean stamp. So I'm gonna say definitely saying it didn't come out that good either. At least not what I was trying to do. So let's see, we got one more piece of paper. Let's see if I can do some sentiments. Let's see. We could do a bunch of them if I can get it out of this stupid sleeve. It seems to be stuck. Alright, so we're gonna do a bunch of sentiments. Yeah, but it definitely, I can feel it. It wasn't moving before, and now it's seeming to want to move. So there's my double-sided tape. We're going to do that's not going anywhere. So it's this that piece of paper that needs the double-sided tape. Okay, so the other thing is the foam seems to be an attractor. There we go. So we'll put that. You have, well, crooked piece of paper to start with. Okay. So we'll go there. Can't read it backwards. Okay, there we go. Congratulations. What's this one say? Thanks bunches. And what's this one say? Know that you are loved. We're going to go in a range of places, and you can fussy cut these out. So let's see. We're going to hit. Let's first put them on the platform. Or the press part. Okay. Let's stick some ink on this one. We're just gonna, I don't think I want to do it all in black. So we're gonna do a bunch of colors. And this light is Cliff. This is, because it's such a light blue, you can barely see it. Alright. What other color do we have? Oh, let's do a dark blue. That one there. And I want to do brown. What other color do we want? Let's go for red, because I never use red unless it's Christmas time. That's really tiny writing. So let's see what this looks like when it's done. Hopefully you can see that it's going up and down. I'm trying to press where the stamps are in case there is any bubbles in it. Not bad. All right. I think this platform's pretty good so far. I like the fact that I have more control. I don't have a hard edge, which seemed to hinder. And then when you added the magnets with the platform with the hard edge, like the Misty, I got a Misty knockoff. And that seems to be an issue of getting a harder impression, a clear impression, because it looks like, and if I do, and it didn't move. So let's see, this one was horrible. So we're gonna do the back side. What was I just gonna do? Oh, we'll go back to the magnets. Goodness. And we'll show you the difference of what happens with the magnets and trying to do a stamp across it. Let's do this one in orange. Well, my orange stamp pad is pretty bright. Do we have a green in here? There we go. So you can definitely see the difference. And let's don't really want to do a doo-doo brown. I already got the orange. Now let's do a purple. Let's do a dark blue. There we go. So these are going to be where you're going to definitely see if the magnets are in the way. And they already feel like they're in the way. They clearly in the way. You obviously can't stamp anywhere near the magnet. And then look at that, already a clear difference. Take this magnet out and try this green one again. Much better. So I'm going to say I like this platform. I do not like the magnets that come with it. They get in the way. They're not thick magnets. However, they're still too thick. They still get in the way. Jesus. Almost got my fingertip on that. So I'm going to say this is a good platform. I like it because I have the control of changing directions. You can do multiple stamps at once, whereas the other one is a little more difficult to do because of the hard edge. You're going to be limited on how much rotating you can do, but you also can pick up the stamp, pick off the stamp, put it where you want it, press it down, ink, and boom. Where it's a little bit harder to do that with the platform. You can't pick it up you can pick it up, you can pick it off and do the same thing. It's just going to be, I think, a little bit more easier where there's no hinge. But there's actually one press out there that you can literally take the door off. It hinges, but then you can also take it off. This, you won't have to. You won't have to fight to take it off. It just comes right up. And you have complete control. So I would say skip the magnets. Magnets are useless. They just hinder a good impression. So I happen to like this. I have I'll show you the other one. I have this one. And when I say the wall, it's this, which is on the Misties. This is a knockoff. But the magnet gets in the way, and 9 times out of 10, I'm taking the magnet out of the way. And as you can see, there's my double-sided tape. It also has a foam pad, but the magnet keeps it from getting a good impression, depending on where it is. And then you're adding this outside frame, which also hinders you. Now, if you want to leave an arm and a leg for a Misty, I've seen a lot of people use the Misty and not have those issues where they put their image up here and it stamps fine. So maybe the foam is thicker. I don't know. But I still like this. So I'm not getting rid of it. I think I paid 33 bucks for it off Temu. It's still a good press. They were mocking the Misty, but you're getting this hard wall, which I'm finding I'm not a fan of. I like that there's no hard wall. So there's that. And then I also wanted to show you what the colored pencils are like. So I'm going to hit pause, get all this cleaned up, and come back with my image stamped. And then I think I'll figure it out. I'll be back. Okay, so I stamped the whole set, which is one large sheet. I had a hard time because I could see there was multiple bubbles. So this is a one sheet stamp. So if anybody tells you you should never get bubbles, unless you can get that thing without a single bubble underneath it, good luck. Because I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But it took me a few rounds, but I finally got it. I didn't use the magnets. So I got ink. Oh, my hands feel gross. I wanted to first, where'd my cap go? Great, so now I gotta go hunt for my cap on my stamp cleaner. Okay, I also have this, which cuts out the butterflies. So I'm gonna do that after. What I wanted to do was test these colored pencils with you and see if they were any good. So now I gotta figure out what colors. So one thing I did notice about these is they have the color name on it. This is Carmine Red, and it's even written, if I can find it, Carmine Red is right there, and it says it on the pencil. So I am not sure which one is the closest. So we're just gonna find out how these colored pencils are. They seem to be smooth. It seems to feels buttery. Hopefully I'm not shaking too much. There's a little bit of a crumb like the other ones. Nothing like the other ones though. These seem to not leave as much of a crumb behind as the other ones I have. And oddly, these seem to have an iridescent tone to them. Kind of like a pearlish. Which, jeez, I can hold on to the thing. Which is quite pretty. What color did I just grab? Dark fuchsia. Which is extremely close to the one that I just did. Unless I'm just losing my vision. But that looks like the exact same color. Oh, these two are very similar. And dark fuchsia. Where is it on the chart? Okay, dark fuchsia's here, carmine red's here. That's a stretch. Interesting. Okay, let's see what this one is. This one is madder carmine. Let's see what. This is a little more red. And I see it smudge a little bit when I went to go move that crumb away. Not making a lot of crumbs. Let me see if I can find an eraser that's not mangled. Helpful if I had my glasses on, right? That seems to lift it. Okay. Let's try totally different color. Let's see, and this one, a nice soft, yeah, orange. I'm gonna say yellow. And this one, straight up orange. Let's see. We're gonna add some funky green into that one. This one's called May Green. Not seeming to be too bad. They're just really soft in tone. Let's try this purple. And this one's called Violet. I don't know how much crumb is supposed to be dispensed off of. So, those who are a little more fluent in colored pencils, does the Prisma do this? I mean, it's not really bad. This These colors seem to have like an opal feel to them or a pearlescent feel to them. Not coming across as very dark. And there's a obvious close tone because this one is dark violet, yet it's not so far different from the violet. It's almost like a double up. What's this one? Oh, let's see. This is magenta. Sorry if the camera keeps shaking. Can't wait till I get my tabletop done. Won't have that shakiness. I mean, they're already better than the ones I already had. So, I mean, that's a plus, right? But it's interesting how it's, I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's got like a pearl tone to it. I'm wondering what will the white do, if anything. I don't see any difference. Oh, let's see. This one is a crimson. So let's see what crimson looks like. A very pearlish tone to them. I mean, they're pretty. Let's see. This is rose, which is in the red family. The only thing I'm seeing that I'm not impressed with is that they're very soft colors. Even with it being a dark color, they're soft in tone. They're not striking. That is rose pink, which I expected it to be a soft tone. Let's see, what's this color? This is ultramarine, which is another purple tone. Purple blue tone. And even this is still not dark. And I don't know how to make them even darker. But it looks like that's as dark as you can get it. And it's strange. Definitely makes more crumbs the more you go over it. Alright, here's another purple. It's Scarlet Lake. Interesting. Because I know these are zinc yellow. They're just gonna, these lighter colors is just gonna be too light. Let's see. Where's the greens? Deep Kelly green. So let's see. They don't look like deep to me. Messy. Definitely go over it too much. And it's, so this is teal. And don't get me wrong, I'll use them. They just are not as dark in tones as I expected them to be, I guess. Let's see where this one is. This one's dark moss green. So let's see. Probably should have did this with my glasses on, right? Forget to put my glasses on when I'm on my time off. Probably help me color in the lines, right? Cedar green. So let's see. I have a feeling this looks like in the moss family. No, that's darker. The crumbs are driving me nuts. And I don't know if that's normal or not. Pretty sure it's not that normal. Dark olive green. Is it, am I just pressing down too hard? My finger's still sore from the last time I used colored pencils. So that is very possible that I pressed down too hard and that's what causes the crumbs. But I'm trying to get a deeper, more obvious color, I guess. This is just green. Nothing fancy about this one. Oh, I'm gonna say they're not the worst things I've bought. These purples are very similar in color. That's this one. Okay, this says purple. How close are you to the other purple? I was just expecting the tones to not be so close together. When you say dark purple, or you say violet and you say dark violet, I expected there to be a clear difference. And it's not seeming to be. Sorry about that noise. Trying to see if there's any more purples. Indigo. This is definitely a blue. Or it should be. This looks a little on the purple side. I mean, the variety of colors are there. Just a lot of them are very close in tone, where you could get away with using either one and it not be an additional shade. Let's see what this one is. Turquoise blue. Let's see how close it is to turquoise. They look identical. That's the problem I'm having with them. Is when you say dark, it should be a clear, distinct difference. And the two are definitely way too similar. There's a blue tone to this one, but they're both a type of teal where they're turquoise blue, teal, indigo. They're all very close in shades. So this would be nice as far as the shade being so close, is doing like a background, and if you want the stages to go from one shade and then transition without it being any blunt drop in color, these would be perfect. Okay, this is dark purple. Oops. Goodness. Okay, so I think you get the gist of my review. There is definitely a distinction in the ones that I had prior, the other set that I have, compared to this set. I don't even know what that word is. Alright, we'll just finish this one. I don't know. They're not the worst colored pencils I have. Then I think I've gone through less than half, and I've tried quite a few of them. I haven't tried any of these yet. There's still more shades of teals alone. I think I've gone through all the purples. There's another one, and this one is cobalt blue. Which looks teal to me. Cobalt blue is supposed to be a dark blue, and I'm not seeing it, so maybe we might want to work on the names of the colors. Gosh, the color is terrible. Let's see. This is royal blue. Well, this should stand out. Yeah, I would say they're not. What do I got there? This one's navy blue. Okay, so this one should be very dark. I think it's just their kinds of pencils have a very pearl soft tone to them. Jeez, I might get that all over the place. Does it come off? Not really. Uh, so once it's there, it's there. Well, that seemed to lift. I don't know. Got a mess over here though. Alright, so it does erase better than the other pencils I have. I guess they're okay. I wish I had some higher end ones to see the difference. So a few higher end ones, like the Prisma ones, or I don't know, the other fancy brands, how do these stack up to those? Let me know. I will definitely use them. I'm not wasting. I like to use different mediums, so that I definitely will be doing. Sap green, okay. Um, but let me know if you have the higher end ones and compared to these. What do you think? Let me know. I'm curious. I mean, I'm gonna go buy them, but I'm just curious as to where these stack up compared to the higher end ones, because I know they stack up better than the GPs. So let me know how they stack up against Prisma or one of those higher end brands. I'd appreciate it. If you like what you saw, you like the platform, because I definitely think this is definitely worth it. I without a doubt have zero regrets. I don't even know what I got on there. There's zero regrets of getting this. And so, oh, sorry, not a good sign, and I still have to do my training. Oops. That might take me even longer. So I'd appreciate feedback and what you thought. And thanks for watching. Sorry I took so much time. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.